Okay, so this is the next day, and there's the car. I took it around last night quite a bit, and got the antifreeze pretty much settled out in the overflow tank. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start it up and take a quick look and see if it's leaking, because it used to leak right away even when cold. So now I'm going to take a peek. Pop the hood. The overflow tank is at the full cold bar, almost, which is really good. And if I look underneath, I don't see anything dripping. I see some drops hanging from the motor mount, but it rained last night, so I don't see any fresh drips. And before it was dripping at a pretty good rate. So I'm pretty happy about this. You can see everything's working good. No leaks so far. I'll take it for a test drive today. I gotta go over to my daughter's house and install Windows 7 on her computer today. It's, you know, one thing after another. So I'm gonna put my seatbelt on. Okay, got the seatbelt on. Like I said yesterday, this is a great car. And I still cannot tell, because it rained last night. You can see there's water on the streets. I still cannot tell definitively if it's leaking or not. I mean, I looked just now and didn't see it, but I see spots there, so time will tell. If the overflow tank ends up going down, that's the true answer. Because I think they say that you shouldn't have to add it for a 6-month period if it's working right. So but this car is it's really neat to have a car that is mechanically sound, that may not be the best looking car, but one that you can keep running by playing around with the learning stuff. I mean, what I learned yesterday is how to take the idler pulley off, how to take the power steering pump off, how to take the front cover off, and a couple of things I wanted to mention. First of all, the overflow tank, when you pull that off, you don't need to pull the bottom pin out. It's slotted at the bottom, so if you take the two top ones off, you can pull the tank straight up. Getting that bottom one out was a real pain, and I ended up breaking it, so I had to buy another one. Another thing is the I'm getting drawn a blank. I'm trying to drive and do this at the same time. The other thing is the coolant did not come out of the engine. I don't know what you have to do to get the coolant out of the engine, but when I pulled that cover off, it gushed out and if you look at my videos, you'll see the towels on the floor. So I had to sop all that up. And the final thing that I think I can remember that was kind of important is there's a couple of dowels that stick out of the block, and there's holes on the front cover that help line it up. So what you really want to do is take the gasket and put it on the engine and get it situated, and then put the cover on top of that, rather than the way I did it, which was mount the gasket on the cover and then mount the combined set onto the engine. So I'm gonna go ahead and drive for a while, see what happens. I will talk to you later. Bye. Okay, so I drove this car about 10 miles, and I'm gonna take a look underneath, see if it's leaking at all. Notice the reservoir now is kind of halfway between full cold and full hot, and it's under extreme pressure. So if it's going to leak, it should be leaking now. So I'm going to take a look underneath.
Those drips that were on the motor mount don't seem to be there anymore. They blew off in the wind, and I don't see anything dripping. So my preliminary analysis of the results
is that it's fixed. So I'm going to consider this case closed. Bye all.